as you say, we're flying over from Dublin. Half of our team are traveling today, and the rest of us tomorrow. We are doing the event as a fundraising event for our dad who died last year. And the reason we're coming to the Isle of Man is because we moved there as a young family back in 1987 and lived there for years and years together. There's 4 children, 2 parents, and us 4 kids actually moved back to Ireland, where we originally came back from, to go to university. And then eventually mum and dad followed on. That's our parents, Mary and Jim McDonald. Do you want to take over there, Owen?
Yeah, so Lewis, we're participating in the 2024 Parish Walk in memory of our father, Jim McDonald, who, as Fiona said, passed away around this time last year in May 2023. We all grew up in the Isle of Man. It's a place where we feel a really strong connection to, even though we all live back in Ireland now. So there's 4 of us: Fiona, who you're speaking to on the line now as well, myself, and then my sister Elaine and my brother Paul. We're all participating in the Parish Walk in memory of Dad. We really felt that it was an appropriate event for us to honour Dad's memory, and also to reconnect with the Isle of Man, a place we're so fond of. And we wanted to raise money for a charity that really helped with Dad in his final years, and with Mum as well, in supporting Dad. So that's the charity we're doing this for, PSPA Ireland, who we're trying to fundraise money for.
And Fiona, you've told us a little bit about your dad over email, but just explain a bit of his history, because it seemed he made quite an impression during his time on the Isle of Man.
Yeah, so Dad and Mum moved over as young parents. Dad was working in Ireland as a chartered accountant and moved over to work to take a job opportunity in the Isle of Man during a recession, which I'm sure was fairly global, but hit Ireland very hard. So the job opportunity, or an opportunity, came up for us as a young family to move over to the Isle of Man, and they certainly made the most of it. The Isle of Man, as I'm sure you know, is just such a special place, and they really got involved in the community. Dad was working with an accountancy firm, and then he went out on his own with a partner, and then he, with some people that he'd met, saw an opportunity in residential property building, and was instrumental in founding Dandara Homes, which have been a main provider of new homes in the Isle of Man. And in terms of Island life, I think it's fair to say Mum and Dad led the way in us just fully immersing ourselves and making it home. Moving from Ireland, from all of our family, we made family friends for life, and we really loved our time together there. So I think it's fair to say when we moved, we were all leaving a big piece of home behind when we left the Isle of Man. It is a very special place to all of us, and we're so lucky that we managed to build a great life there and have a great time growing up.
Owen, what does the Isle of Man mean to you in terms of your memories as well? And have either of you had the opportunity to visit much since you left as youngsters?
Yeah, so many fond memories from growing up in the Isle of Man, and actually so many memories linked to the Parish Walk as well. We went to St Mary's Primary School in Douglas, so that's kind of where my memories start, way back in the mid 80s, back in the Isle of Man in Douglas. And one of my primary school teachers in the Isle of Man, a guy called Gordon Vale, he actually won the Parish Walk back in 1990. And I was a pupil in his class. So I remember I remember Gordon well as my teacher then, and that's when the parish walk first came into my own consciousness. But yeah, we've many fond memories in the Isle of Man. We were members of Manx Harriers, and we're really involved in a lot of sports. You know, great schools in the Isle of Man. As Fiona said, we met all of our childhood friends, connections there, and have stayed in contact with many of them. Come back to the Isle of Man not as frequently as I'd like to be honest. We've all got young families here now, so we have visited and intend to visit more with those families. But it's not too far away from Dublin, so we make it back kind of every couple of years to revisit and reconnect with the island.
And so, coming up to this weekend, then the parish walk. I'm taking it you've neither of you taken part in the parish walk before. What are you expecting?
That's correct. Neither ourselves or Elaine or Paul, our brother and sister, have taken part. So we are challenging ourselves to finish. So we're all expecting to finish, but we know that is a very tough challenge. So we've been training a lot individually, and then we've done some group walks, and we'd all have a good baseline level of fitness. But I think one of the main things we're expecting and really looking forward to is the community feeling and the support, and seeing the island on foot and just kind of soaking all that up. But it's going to be a huge challenge. So I think personally, I just am preparing for pain, preparing myself mentally now. After all the kilometers are in the legs now, so it's just about mental preparation. But yeah, just really looking forward to that community atmosphere, and yeah, like I said, soaking it all up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we haven't underestimated the challenge. We're fully aware of how difficult it is to complete the parish walk. So we're not coming in blind. We've done as much preparation as we can. We do expect a long day, many ups and downs, literally, and then the emotions I think you go through on a long event like this, as you're trying to mentally stay strong and push through. We're all expecting that and anticipating that, and actually looking forward to having to deal with that now as we get very close to the start line. So yeah, very excited now to get onto the island, to get to the start line and to start walking.
And as well
And I
as
think,
apologies, I was going to say, as well as the physical, of course, strain that the parish will take on you this year. It is, as you've mentioned, just over a year now since you lost your dad. There's going to be, I imagine, quite an emotional element to your return this time.
absolutely, yeah, that's actually what I was about to add in there. It is, for all of us, it's a hugely important thing to be undertaking, to remember Dad, to remember the amazing time we had as a family there, how much he loved it and immersed himself in life there, and how much fun he had. And I think, we'll obviously get a flood of those memories. We're going to be meeting up with family friends, school friends, and sharing memories and keeping Dad top of mind as we're going around. And that's obviously a huge motivating factor for us, to complete, and to really kind of pay tribute to Dad, and to thank everyone for the support that they've given us so far in fundraising for this event. Like Eoin was saying, it's for PSPA Ireland, which is a charity that supports people with the condition that Dad had, PSP, which is progressive supranuclear palsy. It's a very rare neurodegenerative condition, that is, it takes hold slowly but surely, and it really affects your body and your mind in every way you could imagine, in terms of things slowing down and degenerating. So I certainly know as I'm going around, I'll be keeping Dad in my mind. And when Dad, early days when he got his diagnosis, he said, no one told me this was going to be easy, and I'm going to be keeping that in my mind as we go around, that he had that strength. So surely we can have that strength now to complete this challenge and to try and give back to this charity that really helped us so much.
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself, Fiona.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Manx Radio newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.